Report of a fire. Engine 9, medic 8.
I'm Scott Widener, firefighter-paramedic with the City of Columbus Division of Fire. My job requires me to help people as well as prevent injury or death. Each day we work a 24-hour shift. You can easily touch hundreds of lives. This I know from personal experience. You may have heard the story of my son Jude. He passed away from SIDS, sudden infant death syndrome, in 2011. My family experienced a tragedy I wish upon no one. With your help, we may very well decrease the infant mortality rate in this community, if not the entire state. It starts with a little knowledge, the generosity of local health departments, and using our ability as first responders to act in the line of duty.
Hello, I'm Battalion Chief Mitch Brooks with the Columbus Division of Fire, in charge of our Continuous Quality Improvement section. I am the CQI Supervisor. Wanted to share a few stats with you in regards to infant safe sleep. Ohio is number 47 out of 50 when it comes to infant mortality, making us the third worst state in the union. On a national level, twice as many babies die here than in New York. Let's take a closer look at the breakdown by zip code. As indicated in red, you can see that the southeast portion of the city has been most affected by SIDS deaths for the years 2009 through 2012.
Hi, I'm Karen Gray Medina at Columbus Public Health. I'm the director of our Child Fatality Review Program and Infant Safe Sleep Program. I'm really excited about this brand new partnership between Columbus Public Health and the Columbus Division of Fire. We're going to be providing safe sleep environments for babies and caregivers that need it in our county, and that can help reduce our terrible infant mortality rates that we have. Every week in Ohio, 3 babies die in unsafe sleep environments, and we can make a difference. Over 60% of the babies are sharing a sleep surface when they die, and 75%, or 3/4, are not sleeping in a crib at the time of their death. So again, these are things that we can change. We can make a difference in the lives of these babies, and we can make more babies see their first birthdays. If you have any questions as you're rolling out this new program and delivering the cribs to the families that need them, feel free to contact myself or my colleague at Columbus Public Health, and we'll help you in any way we can.
The ABCs of safe sleep. A, alone, B, on your back, and C, in a crib. When I say that your baby should be alone, that means alone. That means no co-sleeping. That means it doesn't sleep with another child. It means it doesn't sleep with a parent or a caregiver. It also means, like, after a mother's done feeding the baby, that it goes back into its bed. The baby needs to be alone and properly dressed. B is on its back. The baby is safest on his back. A long time ago, before 1994, it was recommended to be on the belly. That is no longer found to be safe. The best recommendation is for the baby to be placed on its back on a firm mattress. C stands for crib. Again, the baby should be alone in his crib with nothing else in the crib. No other risk factors. And the things that are unsafe that you may not realize are things like crib bumpers, blankets, toys, or anything else in the crib at all. All these things can be a suffocation hazard and are found to be unsafe. So again, safe sleep for a baby is very simple. Alone, on your back, and in a crib, on a firm mattress. and the baby should be appropriately dressed. The ABCs of safe sleep. As you can see, SIDS is really important to me because it's something that I've personally went through myself. I not only lost a child in May of 2011, I was also one of the rescuers trying to save him. Jude's death left me with so many questions that I didn't have the answers to. At the time, I didn't know why he had died. I didn't know a lot about SIDS. I didn't have a lot of information to go on. And as you can imagine, I spent a lot of time just grieving my son and a lot of time with my family. And I started to get involved then with the SIDS network of Ohio. And when I started to get involved with them, I learned more about what SIDS is and how it happens and why it happens and what we can do to prevent it and what's safe and not safe with infant sleep. So I became and started doing a lot of different things. I've worked closely with the SIDS Network of Ohio. I've worked closely with the Coalition of Mothers and Healthy Babies. I've gotten connected with the Columbus Public Health Department, and we've came up with this idea that we are able to do something. We are able to prevent a lot of these deaths. A lot of them have a risk factor involved where with a little bit of education and doing something that we're not really used to doing, we can do something great and affect the life of a child that may otherwise not have a chance. Columbus Fire is on the front lines of pediatric emergencies. We are the ones called to help. We have the chance to have an impact on families and lower the number of infant deaths by following some safe sleep recommendations and making sure that every baby here in the city of Columbus has a safe place to sleep. Guys, to make a follow-up point, I'd like to introduce you to a fellow SIDS dad and great friend of mine, Nathan Hurd. Nathan?
My son Will passed away from SIDS in 2009. It was the worst day of my life. But I want you to know the decisions that the firefighters made at the scene were absolutely critical. In addition to that, the firefighters went above and beyond the call of duty to check in on my family and help us understand what was happening. From someone who's been there, I can't emphasize enough the importance of the role that you play. The program that you're about to launch and your role in this is absolutely critical to saving lives, and it makes a difference to the families like me that you're going to help. Thank you.
Thank you, Nathan.
Thanks.
This is what we're asking you to do. Once you're inside the home on a run, if you identify a child that is sleeping on a pile of blankets, on a floor, on a mattress, maybe with mom and dad in their own bed, if we identify a child that is in an environment that isn't conducive to safe sleep, we're going to ask them, hey, does your child have a crib to sleep in? If the answer is no, we're going to offer them one. Once you've handled your emergency, what we're asking you to do, if you've identified a child that needs a crib, is to, after you enter your initial impression, you can add a secondary impression, and that impression will be infant safe sleep referral. You'll simply click that, and what that will do is that will send an alert to EMS 11 and the CQI office that there's a crib that's needed. We're also asking you to get on your radio or landline and call your EMS supervisor to let them know that you just left an address that needs a crib. The EMS supervisor will be responsible for going out to the scene with a crib, offering the crib, and setting it up for the family. I want to emphasize that these cribs are for children newborn to 1 year old. Again, if you have any questions or concerns, please call your EMS supervisor. Guys, I'd like to thank you in advance for participating in this. All we're asking the medics to do is simply identify a need. We're not asking anything more of the medics. I personally feel this is a very good endeavor that we're taking on. We have the ability to directly impact a child in this city. As we talked about, our mortality rates are very high in Columbus, Ohio. we have a chance to turn that number upside down and reverse this. So thanks again for your help. Thanks for your attention to this. And please, take it serious and help us out. Thank you.
Oh, you like that? Can you do touchdown? All right, guys, now we're in my son's room. I wanted you to have a positive example, a real life footage of what infant safe sleep is supposed to look like. As you can see here, we have my son's crib, and by looking at it, you can see that there's nothing in it. There's no blankets, there's no pillows, there's no toys. And as you look down, it's just got a firm mattress with a fitted sheet. This is really the simple ABCs of safe sleep, and this is what every crib should look like. In conclusion, the Columbus Division of Fire is in well over 100,000 homes a year. We cover everything from Bexley to the Hilltop. Even if turned down, our goal is to create awareness and to do our best to make sure every baby has a safe place to sleep.